Peace, my brothers and sisters in Christ. My name is Bishop Garry Tyson. I serve as a senior pastor to Goodwill Baptist Church here in Seattle, Washington. I have served in that capacity since December of 2003. I'm presently into my 13th year here in the greater Seattle area, more specifically the Pacific Northwest. I'm coming to you tonight with a major concern, and I believe that everything that I'm about to talk about, God has allowed me to experience and go through it so that I can be a help and a ministry to someone else. I truly believe that God allows our miseries to become our ministry. Well, there is an evil that's proliferating the country and all over the world these days. It's called bullying. But more specifically, bullying is when someone attacks you physically. But there's something that's called cyberbullying, where someone doesn't attack you physically, but they attack your character, your integrity via the internet, via Facebook, or other modes and mediums of the international highway that we call the internet. I've become a victim. I've been a victim since 2008, and I want to talk about that tonight, talk about how that has made me feel, some of the things I've experienced when people deliberately try to hurt your character and your name, whether it be physically, financially, spiritually, or occupationally. Even in relationships, they will try to put you out there and make you something that you're really not. And normally people believe what they read or what they hear most so than they're concerned about the truth. So I want to just kind of put the truth out there, since there are many lies that are being told. There's a website that was created in 2008 by some disgruntled members of my church, and it's called Christians in Peril. Christians in Peril, and they on that page have defamed my character. Defamation is all over just the first page alone, and I want to address a couple of those things that they call facts that are not really facts. Number one, they're saying that Garry Tyson, myself, have never been to seminary. Well, that's untrue. That's not a fact. The fact of the matter is, I've been in seminary all of my life. Since I've been preaching 19, at age of 19, I've been in some form of training for ministry. I went to East Pavilion Bible College on Merritt Island, and then I received the majority of my degrees from Brevard Christian University, which was founded by Dr. R.L. Stroud from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Once I decided to go to seminary, he actually put a satellite school at my former church, the Greater Bethlehem Baptist Church in DeLand, Florida, where a multiplicity of people from all races, cultures, and denominations would come once a week and be taught by our professor at the time, Dr. R.L. Stroud. The school is presently being housed in Cocoa, Florida. It does have Florida accreditation, and it's being housed at Bishop Anthony Hatcher's church there in Cocoa, Florida, and he is presently the president. So that's an untrue. Garry Tyson's been to seminary. Also, when I got to Seattle, I went to the prestigious Seattle University, where I received a certificate of pastoral excellence there at Seattle University. The second thing that they're saying is a fact, which is not a fact, is that they mention the fact that I went and lived at the Columbia Rehab Center in Deltona, Florida. Well, that's a drug and alcohol treatment center. For those of you that may know me from a length and breadth across this country, know that Garry Tyson has never had an issue with drugs and alcohol. I've never done drugs and alcohol in the past. I don't do drugs and alcohol in the present, and I have no intentions on doing drugs and alcohol in the future. I am drug and alcohol free. I have always been. To show you how untrue this thing is, when you Google the Columbia Rehab Center in Deltona, Florida, what you'll discover is there was a Garry Tyson there, but he doesn't spell his name like I spell mine. I spell mine Garry. He spells his Gary, and he was a doctor hired by the Columbia Rehab Center there in Deltona, Florida, to help patients get off of drugs and not be on drugs. Another untrue that defames my character. The third fact that they have on there that's not really a fact is that I was a conspirator to lock out members of my church. Well, that has never happened. There were members of the church I pastored that were removed, and they were removed because they tried to remove me without the consent of the congregation, and the congregation removed them. That's the truth of the matter. And the last thing I want to address tonight, and there'll be other things, is that I took some money that was given to the church by a professional boxer by the name of Antonio Tarver. Well, first of all, my church didn't know Antonio Tarver. I am Antonio Tarver's pastor. I've been his pastor since the year of 2000. I'm presently his pastor now. And back in 2004, after a fight, he decided to send a love gift to the church in care of my name and the church's name. And he wanted a portion of it to go to the church and a portion of it to go to his pastor. And that's how the money was distributed. So I didn't take anything from the church. I only took what was given to me and the check that was written to me, and that's a fact. And so those of you that have been cyberbullied, I'm praying for you that God will help you and strengthen you and get you through this. I don't look like what I've been through, and I want to tell somebody who's been cyberbullied that you're not who they say you are. God will vindicate your name as he's vindicating mine. God bless you. May God keep you, is our prayer. Part 1. Bishop Tyson, Seattle, Washington.